Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about John Gabbana, formerly known as Boonk. But before we begin, I just wanted to remind you guys that if you would like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement. I have launched the Truth Movement on YouTube because I am trying to raise enough money to get Truth Records off the ground and releasing music this year. On this channel, we often talk about the problem the music industry is causing. Now I would like to try my best to offer a solution by pushing positive music through Truth Records. The same way they use music to destroy our people, we will use it to save our people. So if you would like to further support the channel and get some cool perks along with it, join the Truth Movement by hitting the join button below. Thank you all, now let's get right into it. In our current world, fame, or as is now known as clout, is highly desired by just about everybody. Nowadays, the possibility of a person becoming famous and being known by the world has improved with platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and especially TikTok. One day to the next, you can go from being a nobody to a viral influencer, partying with celebrities and living the high life. People started realizing that through these platforms, they finally had a way to become famous. They didn't need to have any real talent or anything to really offer the world. All they needed to do was go viral, and people were going viral for just about anything. Just about everybody from teenagers to grandparents were chasing clout on social platforms, trying to find their big break. This created a very destructive problem in our society that consumed so many people, called clout chasing. As the years got closer to 2020, we saw clout chasing reach new heights as people were trying to get clout by any means. In 2016, we saw the likes of Danielle Bregoli, or as she was truly known, the Catch Me Outside girl, become an overnight viral sensation. A girl the world chose to make famous just because she publicly disrespected her mom, humiliating them both on national TV for the world to laugh at. Danielle Bregoli somehow capitalized off her virality, turning it into a full-on music career. It was obvious why the record label signed Danielle and turned her into Bad Baby, pushing her music to millions of impressionable young girls. The label capitalized off a troubled child and used her to influence millions of young teenage girls all over America. Danielle represented disobedience and rebellion, two things which aligned perfect with the morals pushed by major record labels. We also saw the likes of Woah Vicky, who went viral for being a white woman pretending to be black. Somehow people found this entertaining enough to make Woah Vicky relevant for almost 2 years. We also saw the likes of Lil Tay, who was no older than 10 years old, flex on just about everybody, going viral out of nowhere. We even saw rappers jumping on this clout-chasing wave as well, like Kid Buu, who claimed he was a 25-year-old rapping clone, when in reality, he was a talentless rapper who was in his 30s. Eventually, clout-chasing reached extreme heights, consuming the minds of many. In 2017, in the midst of all the clout chasers, we saw one clout chaser rise to fame, who was willing to do just about anything for clout. His name was no other than Boonk. Boonk initially went viral in 2017 for running into a Popeye's chicken, jumping over the counter, grabbing chicken and walking out screaming Boonk. After Boonk posted this video on his social media accounts, he saw viral success and he decided to go all in, repeating the same stunt over and over again in different establishments. People all over the country were obsessed and started running around copying Boonk, hoping to go viral off his recognition. Boonk wanted to be a rapper and tried capitalizing off his newfound fame, but people weren't really interested in his music. Boonk knew, since his music wasn't really taking off, that if he wanted to stay relevant, he needed to keep pushing the envelope on his stunts, making them more and more extreme each time in hopes of keeping people watching. Boonk would eventually get the attention of social media management company The Lights Global, who assigned Boonk and helped manage his career. The Lights Global also signed Lil Pump, which is important to note as it shows that this management company is pushing a clear as day agenda. The Lights Global also appears to have been encouraging Boonk's behavior in order to monetize it and make money from it. Boonk's stunts will become more and more risky as time went by, getting himself in trouble on many occasions throughout 2017. But by the time 2018 rolled around, Boonk's antics were starting to go too far, and people were also starting to lose interest in him, and this is when Boonk started to truly feel the downside to all the chaos he had been causing. 2018 was the beginning of the end of Boonk, who was starting to become desperate for the clout he once had. In Boonk's mind, being wild and crazy was what got him famous, so he took being wild and crazy to a whole new level. Boonk spent 2018 self-destructing for the world to see. In 2018, we saw Boonk not only get arrested, but lost his Instagram account that he worked so hard to build up. The reason he lost his Instagram account was because he posted videos of him and a young woman doing something they should only be doing in private. This is also the same year he went on Adam22's No Jumper podcast, Beyond Wasted, and eventually passed out live for the world to see. An incident that pretty much showed where Boonk was at in his life at that moment in time. Boonk had reached rock bottom. He had literally become a shell of his former self. He covered his entire face in tattoos and was always strung out. He did anything he can think of to keep people watching. Boonk was starting to realize the fame he craved so much was costing him everything. Just like we saw in the video I did on Denzel Curry, where we spoke about his music video for his song Clout Cobain, Boonk was just a circus act for the world stage named Instagram. The Lights Global was the ringleader of the circus who monetized Boonk's downfall for a cheering crowd. Just like we saw in the Clout Cobain video, Boonk self-destructed in front of his audience, and no one reacted until it was too late. 2019 wasn't any better for Boonk Gang, as he was still dealing with the downside of fame while becoming more and more irrelevant as each day passed. In 2020, it appeared that Boonk had finally faded from relevancy. Just as expected, his story was now over, just like many others who embarked on that same lifestyle. But surprisingly, this wasn't how Boonk's story was about to end. He would shock the world when he made a comeback, but not as Boonk Gang, but as a whole new man, now going by the name of John Gabbana.
Everybody to know that I no longer go as Boonk. Don't want to be called that name. No, I go by my first name, John. John Gabbana. And that's all my social media is John Gabbana.
In 2020, we saw John Gabbana leave Boonk behind and embark on a new life. John was no longer doing ridiculous stunts for clout, nor was he going to be running around strung out making a fool out of himself. By December of 2020, Boonk once again had surprised the world after posting a video where he is seen repenting for the life he had chosen to live.
I know better than that. I know I'm still I'm still standing. Father, I just want to stand in front of you. I bow down in front of you. I want to ask that you forgive me. Humbly speaking, that you forgive me that I lost. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know I'm still standing here. I know why I made it so far in life. I know even when I fall, even when I fail, I've fallen flat on my face. I know why I was able to get back up and fight through it all. I know why I felt like it was me. It wasn't just me. It was God. God giving me the tools, the signs to even spiritually grow. God helping me survive when I felt like I couldn't. God helping me be strong when I felt like I was weak. God giving me the strength to move forward. I felt like I couldn't. When I was in jail, he first started teaching me about the Bible, and it was a humbling experience. It was real humbling because me learning about the power of Jesus and how humble he was with so much power he had really made me humble myself. Knowing how much fame I had, but how I carried myself. It wasn't how Jesus carried himself. It was just evil. I had wicked energy. Learning about the stories of Jesus and how humble he was, it really made me humble myself, right?
As you saw for yourself, John had openly confessed his sins, admitting his actions as Boonk Gang were wicked. He genuinely seemed remorseful for his actions. He admitted that he felt touched by God. We saw Boonk's raw emotions, asking God for forgiveness, and openly telling his fans God was the true reason he was still alive and had made it through the hard times he's been through. John then took his commitment to change to a whole new level when he made his way back to Christ. In February 2021, a video of John surfaced where it showed them getting baptized and accepting Jesus as his Lord and Savior.
Man, so John, what this is, like I said, man, it's an outward expression of a decision that you've already made on the inside. So you go down, old days and past days, it's symbolic of that. You come up, all things are new. You ready? All right, hold your nose. We baptize you right now in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Thank you,
Yes,
Father.
sir.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father.
As you saw for yourself, John was reborn through God, shedding his old life as Boonk. John did what many others who embarked on that lifestyle couldn't do. He owned up for his wrongs and took the necessary steps to improve his life for the better. He made his way to God, who helped him on his journey. In an interview John did with Adam 22, John appears to thank God and credits God and the birth of his son for giving him the power he needed to be able to make these changes in his life. In that interview with Adam 22, Adam did something that proves what I said about him in the video I made on him.
How are you feeling today, John?
Man, I feel blessed. I feel blessed, anointed, got that favor of the Lord on me. I feel like a champion already.
Do you feel like you're ushering a new phase in your career by doing a fight like this? Or is
Honestly
this
do.
just another day for you?
Nah, I honestly do feel like that God blessed me with with a different opportunity. Just with an opportunity, period, to take me to a new level in my life, so.
Because we've seen the ups and downs in your career over the years. I remember like the first time I interviewed you, still sort of in the middle of just doing all these skits in this whole chapter of your career. And we had a sort of unfortunate podcast appearance where you showed up pretty inebriated at one point. I know you're not super proud of that. How do you feel about how far you've come in terms of having been through so many stages in your career already and you're still young?
Feel good, honestly. I'm glad all that stuff out there, bruh, to be real with you, because it's not about me no more. It's about God, about the kingdom. So it's like, as long as that stuff out there, whoever out there who live in the same way that I used to live, see the transformation of my life, then they know it's possible for them. So, man, that's amazing that it's out there. God did it for me, then who he can't do it for? He do it for anybody.
As John was talking about finding God and how it changed him, Adam brought up the passing out incident in the interview he did with John. This to me was done as a low blow by Adam, who, like we already saw, seems to have a problem with the worship of God. In an interview John did with Cam Capone News, he spoke about the passing out incident that occurred on No Jumper.
And you actually passed out on the show. You know, what was kind of like your state of mind during those times?
Cause I came up to the show drunk. Before I pulled up to the show, I was like, if I pull up drunk, this might go viral. So I pulled up drunk, but I was too drunk. And, you know, I'm still young, bro. I'm young now, but I was even younger. But if I was as old as Adam, man, Adam ain't got no standards, bro. He ain't got no morals, bro. And he a grown about 40 years old. I'm 25 years old, bro. If I was 40 years old, I'd have said, young man, turn around, go home. We not doing this interview. Another.
As you heard for yourself, John stated that he went to do the interview with Adam drunk, and Adam didn't mind at all. He made a very good point regarding Adam 22 not having any standards or morals. In my opinion, I agree with John regarding Adam not having any morals, as Adam is a Masonic puppet in it for the money and fame. Adam saw this moment as a perfect recipe for a viral video that can make him more money and get his platform more fame. Adam would eventually post a video addressing John Gabbana's comments regarding the interview where he passed out. He claims that he had no responsibility for the situation and claims that John needs to own up to his mistakes, which in my opinion he already did.
I said, turn around. I tried to get you to leave me alone and to leave the podcast set. We were live at the time. I tried very, very hard. We had an interview scheduled with John Gabbana. He was going to come in. He shows up. He's with Kid Boo, which is never a good sign. And then he, proceeds to show up extremely messed up. Now, at this time, to be fair, I will take some blame. My team should have been more established. I should have had more people on deck who were able to handle it for me when somebody showed up and I was uncomfortable with the situation. But either way, I basically was like begging him, no, can't do this. Please leave.
As you heard for yourself, Adam tries his hardest to make it look like the interview was all John's fault. He states that he told John to turn around, but he just kept bugging him to do the interview. In my opinion, if Adam was really trying to prevent the situation from happening, why didn't he just pause the live for a moment? Or after it happened, why didn't he just delete it? Instead, afterwards, he posts 2 separate videos of the incident. It's obvious Adam 22 saw a moment that he knew he can capitalize from, and that's exactly what he did. The video of this incident is still up on the No Jumper channel to this day. No Jumper played an important role in the clout era. Adam 22 gave a platform to all these clout chasers and pushed an obvious agenda. He used moments like the John Gabbana interview to build this platform. In this video, we saw how far people are willing to go to become famous. We saw with John how being desperate for fame really affected his mind, eventually ruining his life. Back when John was still Boonk Gang, he felt that he was on top of the world, but then he realized that it was all an illusion. John was tempted by Lucifer, and unfortunately, he danced with the devil, but thanks to God, he managed to see the truth and make his way out of the trap. As much as fame must seem like the ultimate achievement, don't be fooled by Lucifer like many have in the past. Use John as living proof that fame isn't what it's made out to be. You can also learn from John that even when you're at your lowest point and all seems lost and everybody seems to abandon you, God will always be there for you to help you find your way back up. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just want to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. Thank you so much for all your support. If you would like to further support the channel, join the channel below by hitting the join button, or you can join me on Patreon. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by buying a True Fizz shirt. If you would like a True Fizz shirt, email me at thetruefizz211@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at thetruefizz01. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at thetruefizz01 and on TikTok at thetruefizz. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.